Hello, gamers!
Hi.
Oh boy, this is why we can't believe anything on 4chan. This is the reason we can't believe anything. I thought this would just make a good video as a laugh. Okay, so somebody went on 4chan. So let me state this. Most likely, this is completely fake, and there's several reasons within this to believe that it's not real. I don't believe it, but I want to talk about this just because I think it's so bad that it's like, all right, why can't people? I miss the days when people put actual effort into these fake leaks. But let's get into it. So somebody posted on 4chan, right? Hey, I got some information, and let me start with this. First thing, look at look at the name of the leak. Multiversus leak, not multiverses leak. Multiversus is one word. Go to the website anywhere on it. The website itself is named Multiversus in paragraphs all over the website. Multiversus is one word. So apparently this person works on the game, but they can't even get the name of the game right. Bravo, you are off to a fantastic start. You're leaking information about a game that you can't even get the correct name. It's one word, bro. Like, come on. Moving past that, let's get to the next thing. Well, the first thing, a part of it. Blah, 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 I work at some multinational mega corporation, and I'm about to risk my job to dump lame info onto the internet. That's the same story every parody, every fake leak comes up with. Yeah, I work for the corporation, I work for this, I work for that, and I have the information. That's the way a fake leak always starts. You might as well just put right there, this is a fake leak, here's my fanfic, just read it for fun. People will still read it. You don't have to go through with all this nonsense that you didn't even try. But alright, so two big red flags right off the bat. It's like, alright, you're not even trying at this point, but we'll still give it some attention, you know. Maybe there's some redeeming quality. By the way, somebody might ask, take a look at the picture for the leak. The Superman relaxing. Like, wait a minute. How does this person have this? How does this person have this picture of the Superman? Well, let me throw this up for you. Hopefully I put that in the video. But it's a GIF or GIF, however you want to pronounce it, I don't care. But it's an official thing. Maybe if I remember, I'll leave the link to the actual website you can find this at. So this isn't like somebody that's a developer that has actual access to this. No, the public has access to this. I have access. I tweeted about this last night. This doesn't make me an information insider. No, it's somebody trying to pose as it. But we'll continue. So we get to the interesting stuff here. The full roster. The person knows the full roster, apparently, for the game. And here it is. Finn, Jake, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Harley Quinn, Bugs Bunny, Arya Stark, Shaggy, Steven, Garnet, Tom and Jerry, and Rain Dog. The ones that we know so far. Alright, sure, you can't get those wrong, right? Hopefully not. But then, literally every other character we've heard so far. Rick, Gandalf, Johnny Bravo, Mad Max, Fred Flintstone, Samurai Jack, Neo, Gumball. Have I heard Gumball before? Doesn't, not important. But Gumball, Scorpion, Joker, and Ruby Rose. Okay, that's an interesting. Oh, okay, look, you got to give them a little credit for this, right? Maybe they're just trying to throw in one random character to make it so it sounds believable. Look, the roster itself doesn't seem that unrealistic. Honestly, this could very well happen. We've seen the early leaks that have had this almost exact same roster with Fred Flintstone and I was about to say Tom and Jerry. We've already seen them. No, but Rick and Gandalf, Johnny Bravo. We've heard all this before. So this is like already strike number 3 or 4 if you want to count the Superman picture as a strike. But strike number 3 in terms of what's in the leak itself. This is just piggybacking on pretty much every other leak before it. Alright, you're not giving us anything new. Alright. Oh, wait, let's go to the next line. It gives us something new, apparently. The game has a story mode, but it sucks. With it being told through comic stills. Now, honestly, a free-to-play game, are we expecting a story mode? Maybe yes or no. That's not really what we're debating here. But if we're debating if the game does have a story mode, is it really going to be fully mega animated, super awesome cutscenes of high quality? No, it's a free-to-play game. What are you guys talking about? You're on something. But no, if the game does have a story mode, maybe comic stills does work. Maybe this is actually possible. Sounds like I'm trying to defend this leaker. I'm not. I promise I'm not. But comic still is not a bad idea. Get Batman in a comic still with Shaggy. Batman's word bubble pops up. They have the voice actor read that, and Shaggy reads his, and then they say, "Zoinks, I don't like you," and then they fight for some reason. So it's not the worst idea I've heard, but whatever. Either way, next line. DLC is already in production. Sure it is. DLC is already in production. And actually, hold on a minute. Interesting they say DLC is in production. Actually, you know what? Let me play a clip here real quick. I gotta play a clip of Tony from the official reveal trailer.
Our vision for Multiversus is that anyone, anything is possible. We'll serve our community with regular updates, including new characters, modes, skins, and events throughout the year for you and your friends.
You notice how he didn't say DLC? You notice how Tony said updates for the game? Kind of implying that the update isn't DLC. DLC pretty much refers to, because it doesn't say free. It doesn't say free DLC. It says DLC. When you talk about DLC, we're going to talk about paid DLC. Now, free-to-play games, if this is going to be something along the lines of a Brawlhalla, it might have like a rotating free character select screen, kind of swaps characters in and out every so often. So you get to try characters, but if they're free and not, or maybe part of the events that he mentioned, maybe there's an event where, we'll take Rick Sanchez for example, maybe there's a Rick and Morty event, and if you do all these specific challenges, you ultimately unlock the character. Or maybe you get the character to, right when they get released, but in order to actually play as them, you have to do challenges. I don't know where I'm going with that, but, DLC is, it's an interesting way to word that. Again, the DLC can just come in waves, and I don't mean paid DLC. Like, how are they going to make money on the game is what I'm trying to get to. We know alternate costumes. He's already said characters. Again, there's a good chance characters we might have to pay for characters coming post-launch. That's a possibility. Alternate costumes, probably more than likely. That's how they're going to try to make money. But you got to remember, there's other things in the game that they could put in their item shop. Again, characters possible. Maybe stages. I don't think stages would be that bad of an idea to put in there for paid DLC. But we also have so many customizations. Alternate costumes, so many for so many different characters, right? And then you got death animations that are going to be customizable. We've seen it in the reveal trailer with That's All Folks towards the very end where Shaggy, does he KO Finn, I think it was, and then the Porky Pig, That's All Folks pops up. Those are going to be customizable. Taunts for characters. There's so many different things that they could make, paid DLC or paid, I don't want to say DLC because it's not really a brand new download, but it's just updates through the game. So the game doesn't necessarily need DLC, but I don't know, maybe that's me nitpicking a little bit. But then the very next thing, right after, DLC is already in production, and characters will usually release every 1 to 2 months. 1 to 2 months? That's an insane turnaround. Unless they're sitting on like 20 characters right now that are ready to go that they're not going to have for the base game, 1 to 2 months is insanely unrealistic. Look at fighting games in general. Look at Smash Bros. Look at Brawlhalla. Look at Mortal Kombat. Look at Injustice. Look at Tekken. Look at Guilty Gear is going on. They don't have characters coming out every 1 to 2 months. Maybe we get them 3 months apart, 4 months apart. That's more realistic than every 1 to 2 months. Look, I'm not saying I wouldn't love a new character every month or every 2 months. That's very fast turnaround. That keeps the hype cycle, that keeps the life of the game continues going, and that's what we love. I'm not saying I don't want. I'm not saying I'm not saying I don't want that, but I feel that every 1 to 2 months is a little too unrealistic, unless they, like I said, unless they're sitting on 20 characters that they held off from the base roster. Would they do that? I don't know. They said the game's only been in development for what, like 2 years or something? A little over 2 years, I believe. So, I don't know. Maybe. Either way, let's, next line. Combat has wall jumping and Roman cancels. Think Brawlhalla, but more advanced. So, wall jumping, we've seen that in games like Smash Bros, for example. It's a thing, okay? It's nothing crazy, but sure. But what about this Roman cancel? There's a chance some people have never heard of this. So if you haven't heard of what Roman cancel is, it is a feature in a fighting game, mainly Guilty Gear. It's a feature. What a Roman cancel essentially is when you're doing a move, when you're doing an attack, when you're doing an animation, you can perform this Roman cancel that, say you go for an attack, right? You use this Roman cancel, and you will stop midway through the animation, and you could start offense all over again. So say your typical 1, 2, 3 hit combo. If you can Roman cancel at like the exact time, at the perfect time, you can start over essentially. So you have your 1, 2, 3 Roman cancel, and then find another way to continue your momentum. That's essentially what Roman cancel is. It's a way to continue momentum in the game. So would this type of game be the one that has Roman cancels? That's a little weird to think of, but that's just what a Roman cancel is. I'm not sure if this is the type of game that needs that in depth of. It's a really good feature. If anybody knows Guilty Gear, if anyone knows Roman cancels, it's a great feature to have. I love it in Guilty Gear. I've only played Strive, but once I learned that was pretty freaking cool. But that's what a Roman cancel is. So is the game like Multiversus a Smash clone, Smash-esque game? Is that a feature that would make most sense, especially when it's especially when the game is based off a knockback? I don't know. Maybe it's a little fuzzy, but it could be interesting. But then the last line does say, King Kong shows up as a boss. He's not playable. Okay, bosses are possible if they have a story mode, if they have a boss mode, perhaps. Sure, King Kong. Does King Kong make the most sense? Is that the one you had to go with? Again, it doesn't seem like you're trying. It seems like they're just trying to play off the Ridley thing. Ridley's too big for the playable roster, so make him a boss instead. Well, Smash Ultimate calls and says, hey, Ridley's actually fine. We could scale him down just fine. I'm sure you could do the same thing for King Kong and make him playable. I think more people would be upset with King Kong not being playable than people enjoying that King Kong's just a boss. Like, I think you could have went with somebody a little bit better, a little bit more, I don't know, boss-worthy, maybe? Because King Kong's more of a, he's not really a bad guy, he's not really a villain, so, I don't know. It's just, after reading this, I said this at the beginning, but I really miss the days where people actually tried. Where people actually tried for these fake leaks. At least most people will try to get a laugh out of you or go, oh, that's an interesting idea. I didn't think of that. And then that's why they threw it in there, to be like, all right, maybe this will start getting word of mouth and people will talk about it. This literally has nothing to be believed. Can't get the name of the game right. Not Multiversus. It's Multiversus, one word. And then literally starts off the way every other fake leak says, I work for this company and I have this information that I'm going to... No, that's not how this works. That's not any way... That's no way anybody actually acts, okay? If you're leaking... I mean, maybe it's a disgruntled employee, but... No, that's just not how that works, okay? But then you apparently have the full roster, and you throw in Ruby Rose as your one. All right, here's the one that might happen, but that's kind of what you're clinging to. So a couple of these are kind of like we got to wait and see. But this is definitely in the ballpark of you didn't even try. You didn't even try. You're going to come up with this. At least make it believable. The only thing that's believable is the roster, and you didn't even come up with this roster. We've already seen most of this before in past leaks. We've already seen most of this. So it's nothing new. It's nothing that you can prove right now. It's nothing that can be disproven against you. Maybe that's what you're hoping for. You can't disprove King Kong's a boss right now. Can't disprove that there's Roman cancels. Unless we go back and look at the gameplay. But maybe they didn't show Roman cancels on purpose. But there's things that we can't disprove right now. And maybe that's what this person was just trying to hope for. Too bad. Didn't work. Let me know what you guys think about this thing. This is so bad. This is so bad. But, hey, we all got to get a laugh out of some of this, right? There's bound to be tons more of these fake leaks. And it's not like this can't be real. Because we've had, well, real leaks already happen about the game. And information from those leaks has made it forward to, well, hey, check this out. So, some of it's come come true, but not all of it will come true. I don't think this will come true, but I don't know. Maybe you guys think different than me. Let me know what you guys got down in the comments. That is it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed as always, and maybe this was funny. Maybe it wasn't.